Go ahead and get the County Commissioner Business Meeting started. Today's date is August 8th, 2023. It is 2 p.m. and in attendance are Commissioners Brooks and Matari. I want to call this meeting to order and begin with a moment of silence. Okay. JP, would you like to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, item D, changes to the agenda. I do have one. Does anyone else have one? The change is to remove item 9, which is a bid opening, BP 01, and move it to next week. And with that, I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes, items 1 through 2.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Chair Pro Tem Matari.
Aye. The consent calendar.
I move that we approve the consent calendar, items 3 through 8.
7.
Oh, I'm sorry. 3 through 7.
And I second that motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Chair Pro Tem Matari.
Aye. Next is the payables list, and I move that we approve the payables list from July 31 to August 4 in the amount of $646,266.59.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Chair Pro Tem Matari.
Aye. Okay, next up is item 10, board approval request for a proposal of auction minimum bid on tax deed parcels. And we have Kelly West or Amy Sweet.
Kelly Weist, for the record, from the treasurer's office. Amy was on her way, might be on her way down before we're over with this. But today we are presenting the minimum bids for our tax deed parcels, of which we've submitted for your approval.
Okay, any questions? No, motion?
I move that we approve the request for proposal of auction minimums for bid with, as far as the bids on tax deed parcels.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Chair Pro Tem Matari.
Aye. Okay, next up is item 11, a third amendment to the recyclables processing agreement with Waste Management, doing business as Bluebird Recycling.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. John Phillips for the record. This agreement with Waste Management of Idaho, doing business as Bluebird Recycling, is a contract extension that was written by Jamila Holmes for the processing of recycled materials for the Kootenai County Solid Waste Department. Quoted pricing is the same as last year and under the same terms. The term of this extension is October the 1st, 2023 through September 30th, 2024. The Solid Waste Department requests that you approve and sign this one-year extension to an existing agreement with Bluebird Recycling. The department does have the funds to cover all of these costs.
Okay. We just have Commissioner Duncan joining us here. We're on item 11. Any questions, Bill? No? Okay. Motion?
I make a motion that we approve the third amendment to the recycling processing agreement with Waste Management, DBA Bluebird Recycling.
Second. Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye.
Sure. Next up is item 12, board approval request for retirement of Sergeant Kenneth, is it Lalaton?
Lalaton, that's correct, Commissioner.
Request to be awarded his sheriff's badge, duty weapon, and ID card upon his retirement. And we have Under Sheriff Brett Nelson here.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Under Sheriff Nelson for the record. As stated, Sergeant Lawton will be retiring after 25 years of service to the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office. As such, I request that he be awarded his sheriff's badge, duty weapon, and ID card upon his retirement on September 1st. This request is being made in accordance with Chapter 8, Title 13, Section 31830 of the Idaho Code.
Okay, any questions? No? Motion?
I move that we approve the retirement request for the sheriff's badge and duty weapon to be awarded to Sergeant Lawton.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks?
Aye.
Are we still Chair Pro Tem? Or are we not?
I don't know, Dave, does it matter?
It doesn't matter? Okay, well, Chair Pro Tem Matari, enjoy it while you can.
Aye.
Chair Duncan?
Aye.
Okay, next up is the board approval request, adoption of Kootenai County Jail evacuation plan with the Office of Emergency Management, and Sarah Long. Are you on the telephone?
I am. Good afternoon. Sarah Long for the record. So today we have the long-awaited jail evacuation plan. The purpose of this plan is to establish the procedures for an evacuation of county inmates, personnel, and the public from the Kootenai County Jail in the event of an emergency. This plan has been reviewed and updated by several of the command staff and has been reviewed by legal, so I'm asking for your approval of this plan.
Okay, any questions? Motion?
I move that we approve the request for adoption of the Kootenai County Jail evacuation plan.
Second.
Bill Brooks?
Aye.
Chair Pro Tem Matari?
Aye.
Chair Duncan?
Aye.
Okay, next up is item 14, termination of ground lease AAL-2020-950, the hangar sale with Chris Walsh, and this is with the airport, Kim Stevenson.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Kim Stevenson for the record. I'd like to combine numbers 14 and 15, if it's acceptable with you.
Yes.
Yep, it's fine, thank you.
Okay, so this is a hangar sale of Chris Walsh's hangar, lease number AAL 2020-950, purchased by Blacks Incorporated, AAL 2023-400. There is an annual revenue of $3,972.50 on the new ground lease, and they get the balance of the time left on the base rent of 23 years plus the 25-year renewal.
Okay, any questions? Motion?
I move that we approve termination of ground lease AAL 2020-950 hangar sale from Chris Walsh and the ground lease for AAL 2023-400 hangar purchase Blacks Inc.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks?
Aye.
Chair Pro Tem Matari?
Aye.
Chair Duncan?
Aye.
Okay, next up is item 16, board approval request for Airport Advisory Board guidelines, and this is with Jonathan Gillum.
Commissioners, John Gillum for the record. This is your advisory board guidelines that went to the advisory board and went back to you all. It's been reviewed by legal, and it just has the additions for the quorum and the alternates, and it's ready to get signed and dated.
Okay, any questions? Motion?
I move that we approve the request for the Airport Advisory Board guidelines.
I second the motion.
Sorry.
Bill Brooks?
Aye.
Chair Pro Tem Matari?
Aye.
Chair Duncan?
Aye.
Okay, next up is item 17, grant agreement number 3-16-001 0-060-2023 SRE Building Phase 4 Federal Aviation Administration grant in the amount of $410,586. with a cash match from Fund 30 in the amount of $34,215.50. And it's Kim Stevenson or Corey Siegford.
Hi, this is Corey Sigford with Ardura for the record. This grant agreement is an FAA AIP grant funded with bipartisan infrastructure law funds. It funds the remainder of the SRE building that has been funded by 3 previous grants. And the description calls for construct snow removal equipment building phase 4 construction of 2,527 square feet. And it is in the amount of $410,586 of 90% FAA funded dollars. Do you have any questions?
Any questions? Motion?
I move that we approve grant agreement 3-16-0010-060-2023 for the SRE Building Phase 4 from the Federal Aviation Administration in the amount of $410,586 with a cash match fund from Fund 30 in the amount of $34,215.50.
Second.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Chair Pro Tem Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye.
Okay, next up is item 18, grant amendment number ID-2020-015-02, performance period extension to 12/31/2023 with the Federal Transit Administration in the amount of $150,000 with a cash match from local jurisdiction of $37,500 from Resource Management Office. And Chad Engel, are you on the line?
Yes, thank you, Commissioners. Chad Engel with RMO for the record. This is just a performance period extension, extending the award to December 31st of 2023.
Questions? Motion?
I have a question. And I'm sorry, I haven't asked this before. When it says local jurisdiction cash, was that the county?
No, that's not the county. That's the local cities. So Post Falls, Hayden.
Okay. Good.
Yep.
Good to know. Thank you.
Yep.
Second. Did somebody make a motion?
No, we haven't made a motion yet. Just have a question.
Okay.
Going to make a motion?
Sure. I move that we approve grant amendment ID 2020-015-02, performance period extension to December 31, 2023 with FTA for their $150,000 and cash match from local jurisdiction $37,500.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Chair Pro Tem Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye.
Okay, item 19, right of entry agreement for sidewalk construction connecting Prairie Trail to Riverstone Drive, City of Coeur d'Alene, Streets and Engineering Department with Resource Management Office. Chad Engel?
Yes, thank you again, Commissioners. Chad Engel with RMO for the record. We are seeking approval to provide entry to the City of Coeur d'Alene onto Kootenai County property in order to construct an asphalt pathway connecting Prairie Trail to Riverstone Drive. The agreement was reviewed and approved by legal.
Questions? Motion?
I move that we approve the right of entry agreement for sidewalk construction connecting Prairie Trail and Riverstone Drive out of the City of Coeur d'Alene and Streets and Engineering Department for our RMO.
Second.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Chair Pro Tem Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye.
Okay, item 20, Resolution 2023-66, extension of effective dates for approval roster of professional consulting service providers, Resource Management Office, and Chad again.
Yes, thank you, Commissioners. Chad Engel with RMO for the record. So Resolution 2023-66 extends the effective dates for approved roster of professional consulting service providers to January 1st of 2023 through December 31st of 2023, and this has been reviewed and approved by legal.
Questions? Motion?
Can you do that?
Go ahead.
All right, I move that we approve Resolution 2023-66, extension of effective dates for approved roster of professional consulting service providers.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Chair Pro Tem Matari.
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye.
Okay, next up is item 21, status update pending. And we have Chair
Right.
Duncan.
Sure. So the next facilities working group meeting is August 14th, and then August 24th is a tentative meeting with our architects and construction group. So that's all that's there.
Okay. And then I think we have impact fees.
We're waiting to put together the meeting with the mayors.
August 15th.
15th, okay.
Yep.
We have the next one, the jail pods.
Jill Potts.
We have a RFQ that's to be issued on 18 August 2023. And the commissioners got an email on that on the 7th of August.
Okay. Next up is public comment. Do we have anyone who would like to speak? Anybody on the phone? Well, like all good things, they must come to an end. And so I will give up my chair pro tem and adjourn this meeting. It is 2:16 p.m. Thank you.